What do you think about the MVP race at this point?
I think it's good for the league. I think it's good chatter. It gives people something to talk about. There's a lot of good players in this league, and a lot of guys in the conversation because of that.
There's been chattering on behalf of other players. Would you like to chatter on behalf of yourself?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, though. But yeah, I'm good. I'll let my game do the talking.
They're all the same. Man, you pick. I want to go with this. Let's do it. All right.
Congratulations. You are the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player.
Before the game, Sga Scp received his hardware. The second time in a row, he's the Kia NBA MVP. Back-to-back MVPs for the 14th time in league history.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the reigning MVP, the Finals MVP.
This year's Clutch Player of the Year.
He is a killer!
Sga Scp is the reigning MVP.
I want to see how good of a player I can become when it's all said and done. And that's what I'm focused on, and that's what drives me.
SGA into the record books. 127 consecutive games, scoring at least 20 points as he passes the great Wilt Chamberlain.
This past summer, to get better than I was last year. And I think that mentality is just a lot.
He's better this year in so many different areas than he was last year. SGA step back three. He's got it. SGA's greatest hit tour continues.
Periods in my life.
If you thought last year was a historic run to a championship, it was. How about this year? In some respects, they've gone beyond.
The way this group from top to bottom has just connected has just been super special. And it's like our secret power. That's what makes us who we are.
The reigning champion, knocking off the 8th-seeded Suns.
Never underestimate the heart of an NBA champion.
In Oklahoma City with the defending champions. Facing and making some remarkable history of his own was the reigning MVP, Sga Scp.
Fires and hits! 100 passes, the great Wilt Chamberlain.
The playoffs approach. Sga looks as unstoppable as ever.
SGA step back three. He's got it. SGA's greatest hits tour continues. OKC wins. We be locked in. We be locked.
But there is another team lurking out west, the San Antonio Spurs.
Here we go.
Opening their title defense against the Phoenix Suns.
Try to avoid falling into an 0-2 hole. Good to add to the early Thunder lead. But Santa Cruz, the jumper, Sga Scp finishes with 30 points and 9 assists in the
He says everybody just right and chill out.
They're even the Western Conference Finals at 1 game apiece.
And then on the other end, after the scramble, it's SGA with the finish. It's the highest level of basketball you can find. And it's only game.
literally there. Action later in the show. But meanwhile, SGA, he looked more like himself in the first half compared to game one here, Perk. He racked up 15 points, 6 of 11 shooting. He carried the Thunder here. But this was an important moment. Jalen Williams headed back to the locker room. Loses the rookie Carter Bryant.
Close that door.
Wow. 53% in the non-Wemby minutes.
OKC by 10.
Here's Shea after the game.
That elite group, congratulations. You are the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player.
He'll take it. He'll give him the lead. And it carries 6-6 from Kentucky.
Series. Both teams are so
in the jumper. We got him at 101, but there's still time left.
Might as well make that play, and then guarding Shea. Meet him at the rim, a little chatter. Shea, we played one-on-one going against his countrymen. They played one-on-one year after year, but let him hear it, Shea, even if it's a quiet way, a little smile.
Point the Thunder up by 7, 53-46. Oso Ighodaro.
Gilgeous Alexander, the first guard in NBA history to average 30 points per game and shoot 55% from the floor during the regular season.
4.7 points on 54% shooting across the 4 games, including a career playoff high 42 in Game 3. The Thunder won every game by double digits. OKC doesn't just win in the playoffs, they impose their will. The rest of the bracket has been warned.
Repeat NBA champion since 2018.
What we've done in the past doesn't matter the next day.
Gilgeous Alexander.
I'm definitely a fan of Shea coming up in the ranks and just doing great things. I hope that I have inspired the young guys in our league at some point in their life that they can keep this beautiful game going.
The Thunder just don't have all-stars.
Gilgeous Alexander finishes with that left hand.
It doesn't matter. OKC is relentless.
Shea barreled down the lane, lays it up on the run, and lays it home. Shea strips it midcourt. Booker out in front. Thunders down a big two-hand rim rocker. Gilgeous Alexander, a new playoff career high 42.
Or they can light you up, especially with the reigning MVP, Sga Gilgeous Alexander leading the charge.
Shea right back to work. Off balance, falling to the floor, off the glass, English in hand. That is ridiculous.
Thunder sweep in Oklahoma City. Sga Gilgeous Alexander has been named the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player. Following another season leading the Thunder to the league's best record, SGA became the 14th player in NBA history to win the Michael Jordan Trophy in consecutive years. Gilgeous Alexander also took home the NBA Clutch Player of the Year this season after becoming the first guard in league history to average at least 30 points while shooting 55%.
There's more bumps in the road during the season. The season was just a little bit harder, but yeah, I definitely feel like we came out stronger. I came out stronger at the end of it, and I'm glad I can receive the award.
Yeah, this isn't easy, and actually, you are one of 14 players ever to win back-to-back MVPs. In fact, you're now one of 2 Canadian players to win back-to-back MVPs, so it's you and Steve Nash. What's it mean to you to be a part of such an exclusive club of company?
Yeah, it's special. Whenever you're amongst lists with greats, guys that have done amazing things with the game, the things you dream about, it's always an honor. Always just grateful to be in those conversations. Having a relationship with them is also cool. Go back a little bit, but I'm glad I got to this point. He's helped me a little bit along the way, so I appreciate him as well.
Steve Nash, that is. What's the best advice he gave you?
I would just say like he instilled confidence in me at a young age, like just a guy that achieved that high level of basketball and awards and achievements.
SGA's jacket was made out of?
He said it was fake fur. Faux fur.
Gilgeous Alexander, 5 points a game, and he does not.
So, if you're OKC, you don't want San Antonio to be able to walk out of this building tonight feeling like, hey, we've got that team's number. Gilgeous Alexander, J-Dub and company have continued to turn out greatness in front of this OKC crowd.
I like the smile that's on Victor's face right now.
20 points for Sga Gilgeous Alexander, 111 consecutive games. That is the second longest streak behind Wilson. Third quarter points for Oklahoma City, and SGA up to 30 on the night. Thunder in command. Mitchell, left wing to Shea for a long wing three that's on the way. Count it! Shea and Thunder money ball. Shea plays the crowd. He's got 30 points in 28 minutes. He is stealing it at Paycom Center.
They've won 16 in a row, which is a franchise record. Underway.
Sga Gilgeous Alexander slips past Vassell.
Top baseline jumper is good. He was fading us. I'm just a fan right now. I'm so excited with what's going on.
We're seeing something special. 1 point game.
Hesitation move, tries to get around Cornet, does, and is able to put it in over the 7-footer.
That is ridiculous. It was an absurd angle around a 7-footer, and he had to put English on the ball.
I know this, regardless of the outcome of this game, both these teams are going to have to be dealt with.
Call it a prime. Down the stretch, it was the reigning MVP who put the finishing touches on a Thunder win.
SGA off the deck. Oh! Buries another one from the outside! And it's a victory in the Western Conference and advance to the knockout stage.
Those are the moments you live for. The clock's winding down, you're in your driveway, you're like 7 years old, making a big shot. I've worked my whole life for those moments.
What started as an experiment has evolved into a defensive revolution. Teams now scary this year is that they have dealt with primarily plays as 6'6" or smaller, so you think that teams can create a lot of mistakes. Heavily on Sga Gilgeous Alexander. Yes, he is the reigning MVP, and he scores an efficient 30 points every night, but a lot of that was in the isolation. This year, their offensive rating has improved in the regular season from 119 to 120 points. Thunder have not had to rely on Sga Gilgeous Alexander as much. Yes, he is still averaging 32 points on 69% true shooting, which is historic for a guard, but come playoff time, the
number one options getting set to do battle, Sga Gilgeous Alexander.
Very consistent. It's an amazing challenge for us, and we know that if we want to be...
I think for us it's a must win. We're coming out to the game and having...
Want to send a message that nothing has changed.
There are games at your circle on the... Is the Oklahoma City Thunder...
They're out of the game. What followed was a series of tactical adjustments in the fourth quarter, with the Rockets back. So with Reed Sheppard now on the floor, the Rockets had to protect him on defense by going back to tie the game again.
SGA step back. Sweet stuff from the MVP.
And that then leads us to the last 20 seconds. The Rockets are down 1, but get an offensive rebound and have a chance to reset. Give the Thunder the lead. And the Rockets put it in Jabari Smith's hands for a desperate...
While Oklahoma was celebrating their 2025 transition, SGA realized a slower defender in Eason was on him. So the Canadian got into his bag to attack the high foot of Eason for the easy blow-by.
Sga Gilgeous Alexander only 1 of 4 from the field. 3 points. Changes it there.
Well, you've spoken into existence right there. And he understands he's got to be aggressive and get going for this Thunder team.
SGA quickly countered with a full head of steam towards Smith and created contact to step back and get separation for the smooth J.
Gilgeous Alexander, I got a little mid-range too. Future Hall of Fame.
The streak stays alive with SGA punishing Amin Thompson for leaving him any room to shoot.
For Houston, side out for OKC. Alexander lost, Thompson recovers, SGA 3.
Showcase of the gauntlet the West will be this
2-point game. Gilgeous Alexander. The Thunder lead by 1.
Far so good for OKC.
Lead
a moment ago for the first time since it was 42-41. At the moment, it took
SGA doing a Sierra 1-2 step, getting to a spot, knocking.
9 rebounds and a career high left. No fouls to give. There he is. SGA with 5. SGA step back 3. He's got it! 2.7 left. OKC by 3. Gordon the heave. No! And on a night that he ties Wilt Chamberlain, SGA's greatest hits tour continues. OKC wins.
Good game, man.
I had a lane I was going to drive, but I knew that they were sending multiple bodies. I tried to create space and get a shot off. It went down.
You guys have seen Denver so much in the last 6 months. You're 3-0 against them on the year. What is it about this team that brings out the best in you?
Yeah, they're a really good opponent. They've won championships. Obviously, they have really good talent, really good coaching, really good scheming.
Still basketball season.
Alexander, that's his office right there.
Championship run as motivation but the Thunder still trailed 79-75 heading into the fourth. This is where SGA took over, bringing the Thunder back to life with 12.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
The third is when SGA turned it all the way up. 17 points on 6 for 7 from the field. He was on the floor the entire quarter, and the Thunder blow the game open for a 19-point lead. The respective teams' win streaks, and both wanted to separate them.
But we really can't zoom out and focus on the big picture stuff. We just have to stack the games and compete in every possession. I mentioned this before last game, but you're only as good as you are on this possession in this game.
MVP's hot hands kept on scorching in the second, and that OKC lead went up to double digits heading into the halftime break. This is 91st consecutive game of scoring 20 or more. Fortunately for them, the MVP was cooking.
SGA delivers a big one here.
15 points in the final 7 minutes, scoring 37 in total, officially extending the streak of 20-plus points to 92 games. Like a pretty daunting number. But if Shea continues to Shea for 35 more games, then that record is in peril indeed. They're putting together one of the wild while showing off their depth and dominance.
Much better can we get in the win?
Just try to keep anybody in the wrong direction and be there for each other.
Very next day, they faced the lead. Shea's hands were still smoking in the third, but Minnie kept to the formula.
Last season, you can also say that about their superstars, Nikola Jokic and Sga Scp. SGA immediately announced his return with 8 points in the first.
Brown a step, jump stop, plays it up and lays it in. Welcome back, SGA. We have missed you the last 9 games.
Let me down. I was able to get through the weeks, but yeah, I'm just thankful to be back.
It's a great game. You always want to.
Every quarter and shot it.
This guy is just beautiful to watch.
And Shea's not going to be slowed down.
Everything he throws toward the basket just turns to gold.
See what Shea decides to do.
He is literally poetry in motion. An infinity stone of moves by this guy. And it's all the money. Is inching ever so closely, folks, to doing something phenomenal that hasn't been done in 63 years.
And Shea tries to shoot it. Sga Scp stands alone.
Just beautiful. You know what I like about that? It was a jump shot. I was thinking, I don't know. I'm happy if it happens at the free throw line, but that
all-time record.
There's SGA having words with Chris Paul's brother right there in the front row, along with
against the Clippers. He said, I'd be lying if I tell you I didn't get up to play the Clippers every time for obvious reasons. I want to make sure when it's said and done.
Books.
But they're just flipping a script on the Clippers with some trifectas of them all. They got a +8 on the scoreboard.
Out of bounds.
How about this? This is what MVPs do. They just got ice water in their veins.